Okay, so let's continue talking about our audience. So we know that every single thing that we do, we have to keep our audience in mind. Yes, it is difficult because you are writing to the Optimist Club, but they are not the ones that are reaping the benefits. It's actually the students. So you are not able to say, imagine yourself becoming more fit. Imagine yourself becoming happier. Imagine yourself making more friends. Imagine making more friends. Well, that doesn't say you or yourself, but we know that that you is implied. So you have to be so careful and make sure that you are talking. Yes, I know that I'm talking to you, Optimist Club. However, students are the one that's actually playing the sport. So you must think about your audience. Now, as you think about your audience, you also need to be sure that you are, let's back up a little bit. Let me say this. You have time, okay? You are not timed on this rewrite. You have all the time in the world to complete this rewrite. So what I want you to do is use that time, okay? You need to use that time to just really paragraph by paragraph think about what you're writing, but really sentence by sentence think about what you're writing. Is what you are writing clear? And is it a complete thought? We're really struggling right now. In this piece, I noticed usually it just pops up every once in a while, but in this piece, it popped up a lot more. Am I writing in complete sentences? I noticed a lot more fragments, sentence fragments, which are incomplete sentences in this from this prompt. I noticed a lot more run-on sentences in this prompt as well. So you need to think, is what I'm writing clear? And I'm just going to tell you if it is in a fragment or if it's a run-on sentence, honestly, it is probably not clear and it is definitely not concise. So you want to make sure, is what I'm writing clear? Would my audience be able to understand it? Is what I'm writing complete? Am I writing in a complete sentence? Am I writing in a complete thought? Do I need to stop this thought and continue on with another sentence because as it is, it would be a run-on sentence. So those are just grammar usage and mechanics things to think about as you write. Here's another thing. Kind of back out of, I'm the one who has written this. Okay. I'm the one who authored this. I'm the one that has written this. Back out of that for a second. And what I want you to do is really carefully, paragraph by paragraph, read it back to yourself, and I want you to stop and think. If I did not write this myself, would I have questions? So if you have questions, would your audience have questions? Yes, probably. Okay. So you could even have someone at home read this paragraph and say, "Hey, somebody, does this make sense to you? If this was you trying to plan this program, the sports program for me, did what I write make sense to you? Did it leave you with any other questions that you may need answered before you move on with your final decision?" So that goes back into idea development and adding in those details and really completing the whole story, not just in your examples and not just in your explanations, but really the piece as a whole. So I want you to stop and think, if I did not write this, what questions would I have? Okay. Um, Now, is everything that you've written on topic? Okay. So that's another thing that you're going to have to stop and think. Okay. You will have clearly and understandably and obviously practice, some of you. That will be your activity for Tuesday and Wednesday. And that does focus back. However, if you are supposed to be writing about how swimming will provide mental benefits to students and allow them to become more mentally fit, and you are writing about how swimming can allow them to become more physically fit, then you are not on topic. Okay. Even though that does still answer the prompt, that's not what you're supposed to be writing about in that time frame. Okay. So you need to think about that as you write as well.